face magic man. You can make your face shape into many things, Brendan. You don't know that about yourself, but I do because I edit it and I make them all the time. You're a little expressionist.
I know. I've heard that kind of my whole life with the eyebrows too. Like,
yeah,
I do make a lot of facial expressions.
You're really good at making different things, man. It's pretty impressive.
Oh, thanks.
What up, guys? We're back. Episode 171. What a fucking weekend. It went how we all thought, right? At the end of the day, that's how it went. But damn, was it a good one. How you doing today?
Doing good. Well, I mean, I'm feeling a little under the weather. Like I got a little tickle in my throat and I was coughing up a little bit this morning.
I'm sorry.
But
that's my fault. That one's my fault. Chalk it up to Schmidt. Might have got something when I was in Texas. I don't know. Might have been from my girlfriend before I went to Texas. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I accept your apology.
I appreciate that. And, I got the medicine ready to go for you, so you can hop on it.
If my girl gets sick, though.
She's going to kill me.
She will kill you.
You get her sick all the time, so that one's not my fault. She was fucking terrified last night being around, but I get it.
Yeah.
What do you do? Yeah. What do you do? Dude, Texas, Jobins, went to Texas. First, I just want to say thank you, Sugar Shane, for buying my flight and taking me on the trip of a lifetime. That shit was a lot of fun. Thank you for the ticket. Shout out Uncle Imran hooking me up for the ticket with JakePaul. JakePaul, shout out for the ticket. It's crazy. All I did was ask Jake when we were in Vegas. I was like, yo, Jake, can I get a ticket? And he did it. They were, before the fight, they were like, oh, I don't know. And then I kind of knew something was up. I got the senses, and then Sean surprised me with the ticket, which was really cool.
Dude, that is so fire, though, that we met him in Vegas, and then you really went to the fights, bro.
I know, dude. It's
legendary.
Insane. It's so legendary. To sit here and be like, damn, dude, I saw Mike Tyson fight. Like, everyone's kind of shitting, right? Everyone's like, oh, that was bad for boxing. We shouldn't have watched that. Mike Tyson looked horrible. It's like, dude, when I think about it at the end of the day, I'm sitting there, guys. I'm watching the fight, right? And again, we had some pretty fucking badass seats. Fucking $1 billion TV screen right there. The seats in front of us are the ones where you got to look up. And I don't think those are good seats. Yeah, you're right there. I'm sure it's awesome being around those people that are down there, but you got to look up. And then when they're on the other side, how do you see them? We had the perfect seats. And I'm sitting there, and I'm just thinking about everything with time and history, dude. It's like, dude, Tim and Sean didn't even know that Tupac died after a Mike Tyson boxing match.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about all the people that ever got excited for a Mike Tyson fight and went to watch him. Never in my lifetime would I sit here and think that I got to see in person Mike Tyson box somebody.
And have you ever been to the AT&T Stadium before?
Never. That was the first. Jobins, 80,000 people. And that thing was packed. I don't know if it was sold out. I don't know. I didn't look that up. But damn. It's the stadium, dude, where we were sitting. You just keep going like this, looking up and up and up and up and up and up. And it goes all the way up.
That's so crazy, though. 80,000. That's 20,000 more Jobins than the State Farm Stadium in Arizona. Like,
80?
These football stadiums are way more massive than like the basketball stadiums that you usually see fights in. Like the T-Mobile Arena is only like 22,000.
Isn't it crazy?
MGM is 19,000, and you got an 80,000 capacity. That is massive.
Biggest stadium I've ever been to in my life. They really killed it. I could see why everybody in the world and their mom would want to fight and be there. Walking out, I can't imagine how Mike Tyson, I like how he said that too. He's like, this is something no man should ever have the audacity to ask for. Like that feeling of when he walked out, those 80,000 people going nuts for him. Dude, it erupted when Mike Tyson walked out. Moment. And here's the thing. People are shitting on it, right? People are like, oh, we shouldn't have seen that. It went how we thought, right? But at the end of the day, guys, this is a legend and not the story of a lifetime. And to go out there and be that old and go out and compete against a young guy, oh yeah, whatever you want to say about his level of boxing skills. At the end of the day, JakePaul is a freak athlete, strong, fast, young. You know what I mean?
Just to counter your point, though, bro, with his skill, with JakePaul's skill, I feel like they both just came home with a bag, and the fans did lose because it was an underwhelming fight, in my opinion. And I feel like Jake Paul could have ended the fight, but here, they're both really good friends outside. It's just business for them. It's just getting a bag, which hurts the fans. But at the end of the day, none of them had to be hospitalized. I'm sure they had a drink afterwards. They're both the biggest winners at the end of the night. And I just feel like, I don't know. It is awesome just to hear people that don't watch combat sports, don't watch boxing, bringing up these fights. I was at the bank working. Almost every other person was talking about the fight. That's how monumental it was as an event. I still do. It's a love-hate thing.
Yeah.
It's a love-hate thing.
Of course we could sit here and say what it was, but I don't know. I look at it different. And it's true. Everywhere we went in Texas, everyone was talking about it. Oh, you here for the fights? It's like they already knew we were in town for it. Mm-hmm. Again, man, that's just me going through my little history book and thinking about time. And then here's this man, this old 58-year-old man going out and fighting. Yeah, it's like, what do you expect? It's like, do you really expect a 58-year-old man to have that lucky chance? Like, anyone can land a punch.
Mm-hmm. The first 2 rounds, he was moving fast still, you know?
Yeah, and it's been so long. We were talking about it before the fight. It's been so long since he even had his last fight and how slow he had looked then. But, dude, at the weigh-ins, when Mike Tyson came out to Tupac, chills, JonJones. Mm-hmm. It was menacing. It was like, holy fuck, this is the dark horse of the fucking world. You know what I mean? The one guy. And he looked so big and jacked, and it was like, holy shit. And then the smack, a lot of people think it was fake. What do you think?
It was probably staged. I think it was. I think it really hurt. I think Jake Paul's tough, but I could see them playing that off. Just like when he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna feed your bird to my hawk," you know. That
was fire. And then Jake kept it. And he kept it, and he's been taking care of it.
Mm-hmm. So he didn't really do that.
I do admit that I do chuckle. There's been a lot of reels going around of like Jake and Mike laughing after they get the bag, and it's like the car ride scenes from a couple movies.
And it doesn't take anything from Mike's legacy because Jake Paul is a trained boxer, and not every single person could just go into the ring and have that level of success with Mike. You know, he's still the scary monster at the age that he is.
And then after the fight speech, guys, it's so Mike Tyson of him. Ariel's like, do you feel like you proved to everybody that a 58-year-old man could still box? And he's like, and Mike goes, I didn't have to prove anybody nothing. I proved it to myself. Mm-hmm. And it's like, gangster. Like that gangster mentality, bro. And I know Mike Tyson, he wants money. Of course, he's riding off into the sunset. I love how he's turned into such a family man because there's been such a controversial life. Who knows the truth or whatever.
That would really rest in peace to his daughter, too. Yeah, with the controversy and the sadness.
Yeah, dude. And it's just like, to see him really be loving, it seems like Mike Tyson is starting to really be happy. Mm-hmm. That's what it felt like. So I don't know. I'm taking that away with it. Yeah.
And the fight before, I think that was like the fight of the night, even though it had a controversial decision, some could say, with Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano.
That fight was awesome.
And you saw that live, bro. They were swinging like, dude, it was like in a phone booth, bro. You know, when it's like locked in the pocket.
Her eye was cut up so bad, dude. It's like in the UFC, the doctor's stopping that fight easy. Mm-hmm. And that thing was dangling off, dude.
I wanted to ask your opinion, bro. What do you think of the headbutts? What do you think?
It was fucked. You know, I didn't, when you're watching it live, sometimes you miss something, but it wasn't until at the end of the fight was over, they were showing replays. That's when I learned that the headbutt is what caused the cut. Mm-hmm. Because I thought it was a punch. And then once I saw on the screen that it was a headbutt that cut her open, I was like, oh, fuck, that's unfortunate. Mm-hmm. But, dude, it was crazy because she was getting whooped. That girl was whooping her. And then she got cut. And then she's coming back. Those girls fought their fucking asses off. It was fucking awesome. It was sad to watch Mike get super tired and biting his pillow and biting his glove all the time.
That was interesting. Has he always, because
he said he has a biting fixation.
Like you said, legendary stuff to see because I'd never seen Mike Tyson fight live.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm sitting there just watching him. And again, I get lost in my thoughts. I'm just sitting there watching. I'm like, holy fuck. Because again, guys, my dad got to see Mike Tyson fight live. And never in a million years did I ever think that I would see someone that my dad saw fight, even though it was the way it was. It's just legendary. It was cool. At the end of the day, was it a money grab? Was it this? Was it that? That's your opinion. Jake Paul calling out Conor now again. It's just like, oh my goodness.
I want to see him fight KSI.
I know that'd be fun. Hey man, Jake is super entertaining. You see his passion in boxing. You can't just say you're going to be a boxer because you're famous and you're going to go box everybody. You got to put in the work.
Look at the transformation that kid's had.
Right?
Since freaking everyday, bro. YouTuber days, he's a skinny guy. Now he's freaking jacked. He's a heavyweight.
Bro.
He's a legit heavyweight.
What's crazy is going back, looking at Jake Paul's first boxing fights, and you go, holy fuck, he looks like a little baby almost. Wow. It's weird. But dude, that's just, Jake Paul is so passionate. Yeah, he wants to make, he's just smart. He's a smart business marketing man. Why would you go risk your life for the littlest paycheck? You want to get the biggest paycheck. What brings the biggest paycheck? The biggest names. So at the end of the day, he's just being super smart. Yeah, people can hate it. Oh, money grab, but you're gonna watch.
You know what needs to happen though, dude, which would be so fire. And I just learned this, Jobins. He needs to do the next fight in the University of Michigan Stadium. 106,000, Jobins. It's the largest stadium in the country. That would be crazy.
Brendan knows these numbers, guys, because after I got excited about 80,000, he wasn't really putting it together. And then he looked all of it up, and then it all was connecting, which is crazy because we did learn that most college football, the top 5 biggest stadiums are college football.
And it's like, damn, weird. College football is a vibe. Have you ever been to a college football game?
Yes, one. Yeah. I bet, one when I was a kid, one was when I was like 19.
Dude, I would love to go to Mizzou with you and Brock and go to like the homecoming game.
Oh, yeah.
It would be crazy because it's 66,000 still at Mizzou's stadium.
Well, you get those college kids all riled up. You got the bands, you got the fans, you got the parents.
Yeah, you got alumni, you got everyone tailgating, you got roads, like it's packed, bro.
Yeah, college football is a vibe. That's why it's good they're bringing the games back, right? The college football games. Remember those back in the day?
Yeah,
it was the goat. It was the best times. You could be the alligators. You could be the mascots, fucking beating up people on the field.
There's a few teams on there too that are like Division II, you know?
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, that was good times. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm excited to see Jake Paul box. I'll watch him box anybody. Good shit talker. I thought he gave the roses for Mike well.
Almost definitely.
Because he could have went all about it differently. I didn't really like what Logan said at the end. How he kind of handled it. Because you could see his brain kind of go, okay, say something for a viral clip. But I didn't really like the disrespect. He kind of was disrespectful to Mike right there. I'll fuck you up, Mike.
I like it. Because you know what though. With all this stuff Logan Paul's dealt with, and I do think that he probably isn't a good person, but like he goes into it, you know, he is the heel, and he's a professional wrestler too. Like that's his image. I feel like is the bad boy who like is disrespectful as hell.
I did like his post though. He had a post 2 pictures. Did you see that? The Paul brothers. It was him boxing Floyd and then Jake boxing Mike, which is legendary. People can hate on it all they want, but dude, when you think about Jake Paul and Logan Paul, when they just start Vine, and back then there were so many fun. Dude, were you a Vine guy, or was that before you?
No, it wasn't before me. I would have been like a senior, junior, or it was. I just didn't get into it.
Dude, me and Stephanie, we would be on Vine all the time, just showing each other, laughing. There was a lot of guys. There was a lot of famous Vine guys back in the day, and I remember watching Logan and Jake, and for those two to go from Vine. Jake have his little Disney stint and then go accomplish these things, bro, that's unheard of. It's its own thing. And you like when they came out on the car which was Jobins, it was so fucking cool. The streets love everyone was booing Jake. They were kind of booing but cheering at the same time. Again, here I am thinking of me and you. I'm like, man, imagine you're riding in a car for your brother to go do a boxing match in front of 80,000 people, and he's boxing Mike Tyson. Like, no one understands that feeling but them.
Oh, my God, right? And it's just, like, the whole crowd there.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, like
Dude.
you said, and being with your brother.
Yeah, like...
The one thing I'll say about the Paul brothers is no matter how you question their character, they've always been real brothers.
Right.
You know, and because of me and you, it's just like I respect brothers, you know.
I don't know if it was like a publicity stunt or whatever, but back in the day when they were doing their YouTube.
Yeah.
God, it's weird because like I liked Logan and I hated Jake when he was in that, the whatever that group was called.
Team 10.
Oh, God. That shit was like nails on a chalkboard to me, and that's when I started turning away. But then when he announced boxing and you could see the heart that he was putting into getting better at boxing, that's when I got
Dude, the rap beefs and everything and the controversy they've had on the podcast, even on Impulsive, that's just big brothers doing shit like that. That's like you fucking with me, dude.
He did come out with a pretty gangster music video that one time. I forget the name of that song. But if you had come out with something like that and the way the video was, I'd be like, damn, my brother's lit.
Do you think KSI looks at this stuff and he's got a huge
He's all
hit,
over
right?
it.
He's got a huge hit right now, but it's just like the cringiness of like, YouTubers rapping, but he's like still doing it. But like Logan and Jake haven't done it in forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Legendary. Very legendary. I know it's a lot of hate, a lot of stuff, but guys, you got to look at it a certain way.
Influencer boxing isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, celebrity deathmatch is getting bigger. It's getting bigger. Now, JoBens, would you want to see JakePaul versus Conor McGregor, no weight class, bringing it back like the old days?
Yeah, I would. I want to see Jake Paul fight anybody, honestly.
Right. I think JakePaul versus Conor in MMA would. How do you think the people would react to it?
I like it in MMA a little more.
Well, that's what Jake's call out was. What did he say? He goes, "Dear Conor, I know you told my team you would fight me at 170. That's never happening. But let's run it in MMA. No weight class, just like how it used to be done. But you won't." See, look at him.
That's
marketing
big bully
genius.
stuff. Dude.
Yeah, it's marketing genius.
He's bigger than Conor. He's got to be, right? I think he's bigger than Conor. He said no weight classes for a reason. He don't want to cut. He just fought it. He just fought at heavyweight, bro.
That's a good point, but I don't know. Conor's everywhere. Conor's everywhere. So I'm sure you can go some places and people don't know who Paul is, but they know who Conor is.
I feel kind of stupid now saying that MMA would be better because of the kicks and everything. I think boxing probably would still be better for Jake Paul, though.
Here we go. It's going to be a roller coaster. I don't think Dana would do it. What do you think?
Man, well, I mean, we got to discuss those fights because I think there's other things to be lined up.
Yeah, and I don't know. Money talks, guys. When Dana White sees a dollar sign, who knows what can happen? You never know. You never know.
All this like artificial beef, like we're talking about Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Do you think Jake Paul and like Dana White are on friendlier terms than we know? Or do you think they actually do not like each other?
I don't know. That's a good question. Dana was... he was saying some stuff, but I didn't really watch it, what his opinions were on the fight, so I'm not sure. I would think that he probably doesn't like him. Because Dana White really likes Mike Tyson, so who knows?
Damn. Still, just at the end of the day, I'm happy you were able to go check that out with the boys, dude. That's fire.
Dude, it was a good time. I'm fucking hot, JoBens, with this hat. Holy shit. Sweating. I'm taking the glasses off and everything, man. Incredible.
That is a fight. Oh my God, he's gonna wipe out. Oh, that's a sick.
Woo! I'll wash it. But oh my God, so much better. Wow. Dallas, guys. Dallas is so lit. It reminded me of home.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, it was. It had a Midwest vibe. The weather was great. I noticed we stayed in a neighborhood that's literally 10-minute walk to the stadium. So you walk out your front door and you look to the left and there's this big giant stadium. It's kind of weird, but I bet that'd be a fucking pain in the ass. Every time there's traffic, they're using neighborhoods to park, gas stations to park. You're like, fuck, I just want to go to Walmart. And it was also crazy too because the stadium's right here and then you just walk across the street and it's Walmart. It was crazy.
That is weird.
Yeah, convenient because I needed a belt. My pants were falling down every 2 fucking steps and we were walking to the fight, me and Sono. I was like, dude, let's run into Walmart real quick. I need a belt, and it saved my life.
Dude, if you work remotely, though, and you just walk to get your groceries walking, that would kind of suck.
Yeah.
But it would, that'd be cool.
I liked Dallas way more than Boston. Sorry, Boston fans. Boston was cool, but Boston was such an older town, like 1800 England. Had a weird smell to it. The part of Dallas that I was in, the part of Dallas I was in reminded me of home. Beautiful trees, crisp air, cool. They had draining sewers at every house. And these were like big ass. I never seen sewers with that big of a gap. It looked like ones. And it was literally every house. Here, we have one at the end of the neighborhood. The little tiny one, skinny.
Probably just because it doesn't rain enough here?
Well, Texas, they'd be underwater. It seems like they didn't have those fucking drain systems. Damn. It's like at every house. It was crazy. That was the only thing I was like, that's different. But yeah, the people were good. People were nice. The food was really good. We're sitting there having coffee. This is how just like those moments in life, you never know what can happen. But we're sitting there and people are walking by. This lady with a cart walks up and Sean goes, hello. And then she was a homeless lady. She goes, oh my God, someone that wants to talk to me. And then she runs up and she's just talking to us. Tim and Sean are asking questions. She's answering. And she just had such a good vibe to her, like a sweet vibe, you know? Made me sad. Because it's like, man, any of us can be homeless, right?
Oh,
it's like
dude, yeah.
any kind of bad, one thing leading to another.
They have accents in Texas at all? Or is it kind of like Arizona and Midwest, like Missouri?
Not
It's kind of like home, so I was just interested if there's like a southern accent.
You know what I noticed? Everyone had good hair and beards. Like that Texas look, like the fucking classic. I don't know. But that was the one thing I did notice.
Cowboy hats?
Like, no, like just the cowboy look. Like everyone had a cowboy look to them. With the hair and the beard. It was just weird. Yeah. But we're talking to this lady, and then she's telling us how she got robbed. And, you know, I know. And it's just like, damn. Because it looked like we were in a nice area. So I was like, is this place violent? She's like, oh, yeah, down this couple blocks. It's real bad. I'm like, holy fuck. And like, it just doesn't seem like it. But we were still talking to her, and then sure enough, she said that she had a tablet and a phone that got stolen. And Tim's like, all right, let's go get you a new one. So then we walked, and Tim and Sean bought her a phone and a tablet.
It's pretty cool.
I know. But then we were making bad jokes after because he told her, he's like, all right, he's like, when I call you, just please answer because we're checking on you. We want to see you. We called her 2 or 3 times. She never answered. So I was like, oh, damn it. But, yeah, it's just sad, man.
Dude, I hope she's okay.
I know.
And it's sad. It's like how many people are homeless too, and anyone could be homeless too. Just thank you Jesus for everything. Like,
well, I just wish we had a better way of handling homeless and mental illness. That's a big topic, long topic, but I just wish that we handled it better here.
And hopefully that is something that is tackled,
right?
Because it is serious.
Yeah. Sean wanted me to go the whole weekend without smoking, and I went probably like 4 hours. I went the flight and then the whole morning. Jobins, what the fuck am I supposed to do? God. It was all God's plan to make sure that I had weed because Sean would post on the stories that I was trying to go without weed. Sure enough, everywhere we'd go, someone would show up with some weed for me. And then with that homeless lady, I didn't have anything to smoke out of, right? Mm-hmm. She walked us. The phone store was right next to a smoke shop. I'm like, what? These are signs, Sean. These are signs that I need to smoke.
Did you go into the smoke shop?
Oh, yeah. Got a pipe grinder.
And can you call them bonds in there?
Oh,
or do you have to call them water pipes like they used to because of the legal stuff?
I was being funny with it. I was like, I don't want to use the wrong term, but I'm looking for a tobacco pipe.
Dude, it's got to be one of the few states that still hasn't legalized.
I fucking hate... Jobins were talking about how we needed to do our research as to why Florida didn't legalize it. Apparently, it's like some kind of like monopoly. Like they don't want that person to have all control of all over things. So I'm sure when it comes to state, there's so much shit that people want to have control of. Mm-hmm. You got to get regulations. You got to get shit passed. Who's going to pass it? Who's going to be in control of it? Just so much that you don't think of. Mm-hmm. But it's so stupid. It's one of the stupidest things about this country. If we're the United States, I know federally it's legal, but it's like it should be state.
Is it federally legal?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Now it's up to each state to vote and make whatever you want to do with it. Mm-hmm. But again, Florida's apparently got some monopoly issues. It's like, damn.
I mean, hey, it's like at the end of the day, if you don't like the state you're in, I guess you better move. Because you could go to another state
if we're united,
a skip and a hop away.
I'm sorry, but if we're united, my boys in Florida should be able to get high. I'm mad for my boys in Florida. I'm mad for my people in Texas.
But the one argument I'm going to make against this is not every state wants to be like California either.
Oh, I know. Ooh.
So, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's cool to like have things like weed be federally legal, but then it's like that opens the doors for other things other policies we may not like being enforced because one stupid ass state is doing it.
I know, but there's the thing, like, I don't know. Tobacco's legal. I don't like tobacco. I don't use tobacco. It makes me feel weird. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing it.
Same, dude. I mean, War gave me a Zen before, and I tried one, and then it made me feel nauseous like for 30 minutes after. I'm like, I'm not doing this shit again.
Yeah, you Zenners out there are wild. People want to say I'm wild for smoking weed. It's like, no, you're wild for doing that shit.
He is. I was looking at him, Jobins. I'm like,
I turned
holding my
green.
stomach and stuff like that. And I look at War, who's got one in his mouth,
five
and he's
of 'em.
doing fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're a psychopath.
Yeah, dude.
You're crazy.
Like, why do you want to feel that? It don't make sense.
Like, I guess, is there a tolerance? So like it gets easier to do that?
Here's the thing. When I first smoked weed, never had that happen. Was the first time you smoked weed, you go, oh, I feel sick? No.
First time I smoked weed, just because I don't think I was hitting it properly, I didn't really get like high.
That's what everyone says. Opposite. Me and Mark smoked fucking out of a bong. I was ripped. I remember being hungry. We were eating Doritos. We were about eating everything in my house. My sister knew. She was laughing at us. It's funny when you think you can hide something as a kid, but you're not thinking the bigger picture of what others can see and know. Yeah. So you think you're so smart, but you're not.
And they have those experiences too that you haven't had yet.
Right.
So.
But yeah, I just wish weed was legal everywhere. Oh well. But yeah, Dallas. Shout out Dallas. Fucking awesome place. Shout out to all the Jobins that hooked Schmitty up with weed. And Tim and Sean enjoyed it too. Don't let them fool you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, now Jon Jones, Jobins. Wow. I went down the rabbit hole of before on the pod where I'm like, man, I question things and it's just an opinion. But damn it, he is the GOAT. You got to give him the respect.
I loved it when you were like, oh, he couldn't get into Stipe's head.
It didn't
That's
seem
going to
like
be
it.
a problem. It's like,
Bro.
it doesn't matter if he gets the mental games or not. He's the greatest.
Everything fight week, I thought Stipe fucking ruled. I was like, holy shit, Stipe's getting into Jon Jones's head. It got me.
And it's like, who knows about a prime Stipe? Because I know Joe Rogan was kind of being really harsh with Stipe's performance. But, like, he is 42. You know, he's a lot older than he was when he was a first champ.
Right.
Like, he even had the trunks before Reebok, you know? Not that Jon Jones didn't, but Jon Jones was the youngest champion, so he's still a little bit younger.
It's weird to think Jones was champ at one point when Stipe was champ. That's just crazy. At the end of the day, here I am again, Jobins. Jon Jones hit me with his after speech. Hit me in my feels. Hit me in my fucking feels. I thought he killed the after fight speech. I thought that was all done really well. We can always go, like, they even talk about it. Like, he's so open now about being like, am I the bad guy trying to be good? You know, which he says he is. He is the bad guy trying to be good. So it's like those moments where we see the good in Jon. It's like, I really appreciate that. I wish, but because then every time something bad, you know, Jon Jones would beat DC and then something bad. You'd wake up one morning on your fucking MMA junkie and you'd see that Jon Jones did something bad. Now he's just been, oh, the belt's back to DC. Oh, this. And that it would just break your heart. You'd be so sad because you'd be like, damn it, Jon Jones. The guy who's beating Jon Jones is Jon Jones. Yeah. And as a fan, I always just fucking hated it. But he has stayed, right? He stayed on the path. And look what he's accomplished. It's crazy. It hit me with the feels with time. I remember being a huge Ryan Bader fan back in the day. I remember being a huge Shogun fan back in the day. And my buddy Josh is like, oh no, dude, this Jon Jones is the next up. And then he fucking goes out there. We're at my buddy Jeff's house, fucking destroys Shogun like it's nothing. And it's like crazy to, like, when you're witnessing those beginning stages. Because now look, 16 years.
And look how different he looks too.
Right?
I mean, he's literally gone up a weight class. He's got a dad
He's
gut.
a man. He's a man. And we saw him fighting as a kid. Same with Max. It's just like when you... So in those moments, it's just surreal. It's kind of a surreal feeling. We've been watching this shit for a long time, man. Long fucking time.
Dude, and DC made some good points, man. It's like the heavyweight division better watch out because he's a unique heavyweight with like his ability to have so many different like variation in his like striking, like the kicks, the elbows, everything he's doing. You don't see like a lot of traditional heavyweights having implemented.
Didn't you feel that excitement too at the end when he was like, you know, I thought about it and I'm not retiring. Like we were all like, yeah, he's gonna fight someone else.
And
like,
then the fans were like, who is it?
Who is he gonna be? And then at the post-fight speech, he was saying he wants Pereira, or he doesn't want Aspinall because of how much he annoys him, and he wants Pereira. And he says he doesn't want to. He's not trying to control things or be anything because of how good his relationship is with Dana. He wants to keep it good, but he just wants Alex Pereira. If he fights Tom Aspinall, he'd want that fuck you money. So that got me excited. The Donald Trump dance.
Yeah.
Donald Trump in there with fucking everybody.
Bro, it was his like basically his whole cabinet.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, RFK Jr., our boy RFK, Elon Musk, Tulsi Gabbard, Kid Rock. Can't forget about Kid Rock.
Bro. And then how I'm like, did this ever happen? Was there like baseball events that we're just not knowing of that I need to go look up where presidents were going and making such a huge fucking scene?
Not at events, bro, but like, the White House invitations, like
Well,
Steph
yeah.
Curry and Golden State Warriors going to the White House to meet
After you
Barack
win
Obama.
But you got to win the championship to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker's been showing up to fights
Yeah.
forever. You know?
Well, I mean, at least UFC, it's like he's probably so protected at those events to where like an NBA or some other event might be a lot more
it felt
more
like,
dangerous security wise.
Man, we're watching some unique shit. This is kind of wild, you know?
And the outpouring of support, dude, it's so crazy.
You got Elon tweeting 24 hours before, the hammer of justice is coming. And then he's at a UFC event with Donald Trump, Dana White, watching Jon Jones fight. Seeing Trump hold the belt, I'm like, well, this is crazy.
Dude, some
Wild.
big changes are going to be happening.
Yeah, dude. The deep conspiracy theories were out, you know. First, we had Mike Tyson with the Humiliation Act with the ass chaps.
Oh.
Which I thought was the funniest video of all time, right? But here I am laughing because it's a humiliation thing. We can get deep. We can get dark. What do you think?
Do I think... Because I did see just like a little clip of him in like, what, the assless chaps?
Bro, it was so fucking funny, dude. He's like, they're like, well, how do you think he's going to win? A vicious victory. And he's just like Mike Tyson. And then he's just walking away, and there's his fucking ass cheeks. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. We're in the stadium, right, watching the fights, and then I'm scrolling, and that was coming out. Like, I showed Sono. But then people were saying that that's part of the humiliation rituals. If you want that $20 million bag, look what you got to do.
It's almost like I want to wait to answer this until Trump's in office and he declassifies a lot of these CIA documents, and I'm a little more conspiratorial, and I'm like thinking about all these things because some real truth bombs are going to come out.
Recently,
and maybe my answer will be like, yeah, it's probably a humiliation ritual.
Right after that one, literally, my Facebook, boom, boom, was Shia LaBeouf. And apparently, he's been having to play a woman in like, what's it called? Fuck, brain fart.
Broadway? Broadway. Okay.
Yeah. And they're making him, he's like, they're like, you want more roles? You got to dress up like a woman. And then it's just these images of fucking sad ass Shia LaBeouf dressed up, just not happening.
If we're going to go this far back, that means this cabal or this conspiracy has been going on since Shakespeare times.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know that Shakespearean actors, Jobins, they were all men.
Yep.
All the women roles. Romeo and Juliet, Romeo's a man, Juliet's a man. That's how that shit used to go.
Yeah. It gets you wondering.
Not Shia.
It gets you wondering. But no.
What about MGK too with Megan Fox? There's a Transformers connection. What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. How exciting are you? Are you excited if we do get Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira?
I'm honestly so much more excited. He's earned it a lot more than Aspinall, in my opinion. Aspinall is still probably the best heavyweight right now out there.
This is what we got to do then. Jon Jones got to give up the belt. But then it's like, people are going to be mad because you got Alex Pereira as the champ wanting to come up and face Jon Jones, right? Mm-hmm. But you got to think about Tom Aspinall. He's got a belt. I know Jon Jones has the real belt, but they gave Tom a belt. We can't be doing that.
Alex be jumping weight classes.
We can't be giving out these belts to unify shit and then be having this happen. We got a fucking clog right now.
You know what? We need a fan poll.
Dana,
clog. Just release it on X or something and let us vote on it.
It's like, okay, everyone's going to hate this opinion. We keep making fucking badass motherfucker belts. You just made one for that. Make it for the Jon Jones and Aspinall. Give fucking Aspinall the belt. Have him defend it. Because Jon Jones even said that. He's like, I don't care about the heavyweight belt. He said he'd give it up. He's like, I'm not about belts anymore. I'm bigger than that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, who's more deserving to be on the Mount Rushmore of fighters? Tom Aspinall or Alex Pereira? Out of those two, just on the thing.
Neither.
I would say Alex Pereira.
I know.
Middleweight champ, light heavyweight champ. I think he could have beat Stipe last night.
Oh, yeah.
He could be a potential heavyweight champ.
I don't know if he's on the Mount Rushmore.
You put three belts together like that.
UFC. I don't think he's on Mount Rushmore.
I mean, he's right on there. And then what if he beats Jon Jones? At least Jon Jones has given him an opportunity to even be put on that Mount Rushmore. I don't see Tom Aspinall being nearly as close on it as Alex.
Well, if you make the Mount Rushmore of boxing, Mike Tyson's on there, even though all of his losses.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. So I think if Jon Jones even were to lose to Alex Pereira, he's still on Mount Rushmore and Alex isn't.
I'm not saying that him losing would take him off. I'm just saying Alex winning would give him a better argument to also be put on Mount Rushmore. So it's not necessarily taking Jones away from it.
Mm-hmm.
It's adding Alex to it.
Okay.
Whereas Tom has a lot more work to do to get added onto that same Mount Rushmore.
It's weird how, like, Jon Jones can create that space in moments, right? Where it's like, it seems so fluent and flawless and easy for him, but it's such a hard thing to do. Mm-hmm. Like, he just creates spaces and moments to where he can get good angles and do things. But it's kind of slow, but then it's not. I don't know how to really even describe it. But it's just weird. It just seems like every time Jon Jones does something or he's setting something up, he's so ahead, you know? Like, he can do, like, that spinning back kick. You know what I mean?
That was dirty.
It was so dirty. But, like, it was basic. That was a basic kick, right? That you can throw. But Jon Jones's technique and his strength and his power is so good. And right on that fucking spot, you know?
Dude, I feel like it's true, man. Like, his self-belief in himself and like the idea that, like, he was put on this earth to be a fighter.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, you look at the highlights, it's like, I can't dispute that.
Right? Very exciting night, Jobins. I know it's at the end of the day, the weekend went how we thought it would go. But I think it was overall good.
Dude, I think Pereira could knock out Jon Jones.
Yeah. I wonder how much Jon Jones would utilize taking Alex Pereira down.
He would. He would. Did you see? I thought he was going to beat Stipe in the first round. It was so bad at a certain point. They were calling it 10-8. He was elbowing him. And
and the way
he's so punishing.
Dude, the way that he just slams Stipe down, too, it's like, God damn. It's just
like
something
he did like
you
a
can't
leg,
stop.
like a trip, and then he swept him, bro, and he went on his back.
It's like when you're so fucking strong and good, you can just do these simple techniques and things, and they work so well because you're just so fucking strong. Mm-hmm. It's crazy times, Jobins. Do you think it's like at the end of the day, though, guys? Like, I feel bad for Tom Aspinall, and he's been handling it all pretty well. Mm-hmm. Jon Jones was annoyed with the T-shirts he's making because Tom Aspinall, we're in this world, you got to capitalize, right? But I feel bad for Tom Aspinall. He's there in the crowd. He's looking. He's got to feel good a little bit that Jon Jones doesn't want to fight him. If you're an ego guy, I'd be like, oh, he's so scared of me. And he's even saying, Jon Jones said he doesn't want to fight the scary up and new guys. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much is not worth it in his eyes.
Which is a fair assessment.
Fair, but not fair to the fans. You know?
Well, I don't know. It might be the best thing for the fans.
We all want to see it. Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira.
So.
But I would still watch Jon Jones. As me, I would still watch Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall.
Oh, dude, everybody's still watching that fight.
Yeah.
They're both of these fights are great. It's just which one do you want more?
It's just such a shitty time and place for Tom Aspinall right now.
Yeah, that's just it's timing. Yeah.
So then, okay, do we make everybody happy? And it's like, so Jon Jones goes and defends his belt again against Pereira, and fucking Tom Aspinall defends his stupid fucking belt that he's got? We're in such a weird place.
That's a good point. That's actually a good point. You could have both those fights on the same card.
Right?
And then who was the next heavyweight that would fight Tom? That'd be the question.
It's just real weird to have this situation be going on where we're still saying that he's the champ, undisputed. Jon Jones is the undisputed champ. Tom Aspinall is the whatever champ it's called, interim champ. Mm-hmm. Tough spot. Tough fucking spot.
Either way, whatever fight they set up is going to be crazy.
It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. So excited. Again, when Jon Jones said that he wasn't done, he wasn't retiring, I fucking got excited. Yeah. And then, dude, Chandler versus Oliveira. Mm-hmm. Oliveira, guys, it's crazy the levels to this game. When you see a guy like Charles Oliveira going out to dominate everyone, being so good at it, and then to get beat by Islam, who does it to him, it's crazy.
It makes you respect Islam so much, dude. But also, man, what a fight, bro.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I was on the edge of my seat on that 5th round.
You got to love Michael Chandler, guys.
You got to love Michael Chandler.
He puts it all. Even if it means that he looked bad, he gives it all.
Dude, 25 minutes, and you got this Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt on your back and you have the ability to stand up twice and try to just power bomb and drop him on his back like that, that's a lot of stamina.
I know, and he's smiling. Just good energy, respectful. Like, yeah, dude.
He got dominated the first 4 rounds.
Dominated.
But, man, the 5th round was all him.
And it was fun. I don't know about all him, but...
Dude, he was almost going to finish him. It was almost a TKO with the hits there.
A lot of the back to the head punches, and the ref's right there looking at it. The ref's right there looking at all these back to the head punches. Some of them are to the side, most of them to the back of the head.
And like the
ref's right there.
The first round too, he had like a 30-second fence grab. That's what DC was even saying. DC was like, he damn near held the fence for 30 seconds.
Right.
And then it was like he still got taken down though. So
yeah, but yeah, what a fight. That was a fun fight. Charles Oliveira, man. Again, what a career that dude's had. Mm-hmm. Kind of going from, he really had to earn his spot and placement, and then now it's like he's surging. It's like he hasn't gone down at all. Mm-hmm. Like, even though he lost to Islam, like he's going up. Mm-hmm. I don't know. You don't seem that excited about the rematch if he was to get it.
I mean, I would root for Charles, but I just don't see what goes differently. I think Islam is so dominant in his skill set that he would take him out.
If Charles Oliveira was able to get back that belt and beat Islam, it'd be one of the biggest moments for that weight class for him. Big.
Islam hits hard too.
I know, and
he hits hard too,
and he's so strong.
Charles gets hit.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
And because I wanted to bring this back, bro. You asked me this question earlier. Mm-hmm. You said, who should Conor McGregor fight Jake Paul in boxing or MMA or whatever? Mm-hmm. Dude, I still want to see Michael Chandler fight Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Maybe Jobin, you might think the call out was cringe at the end because he still lost that fight. Mm-hmm. But it's like, obviously, Charles is going to fight the champion. Why not do some kind of bad motherfucker fight between those two still?
I love how Michael Chandler call-outs, they had that video. It was like, Michael Chandler shouldn't call anyone out. Every time he'd call someone out, and then they show the video of him getting his ass beat by him. I was like, damn. But I love how his fucking call-outs, he gets so excited about the names, right? Conor McGregor! Blah, blah, blah. And then it eventually just kind of winds down. He gets super, and then he's just rambling, right? And he does it every time. It's kind of funny.
I think he beats Conor.
That Chandler that showed up last night, it's so tough, right, guys?
If it goes the distance, he could still knock him out.
Right.
Late round. We seen Conor get gassed, and he's a shell of himself, like the Nate Diaz fights.
The cardio's going nowhere. Chandler's going to be there the 5th round, right? And then if he can keep taking Conor down and make it like a crazy fight like he usually can do sometimes, I think he'd win. Mm-hmm. But if Conor is Conor, because it's the thing, and I don't know if Conor will ever be Conor again.
I mean, his stand-up is still something that's like, just like our boy Sean, he's a specialist. Like, he could still knock out. I
know. If we saw Conor be sharp mentally and doing his thing, I could see him beating Chandler with a knockout. Mm-hmm. It is a fight I still want to see. I don't know about the fans, though. What about you guys? Because there's so much. It's gone now. It was up and down, up and down.
And that call-out only really worked because of that 5th round.
Did Conor tweet anything out about it?
I don't think so.
I
was looking at his tweets last night, and I didn't see any before the fight ended. But maybe that could have changed.
Maybe he's kind of being a little quiet. Maybe he knows. Dude, why? You got to have so much love and passion. Like Mike Tyson. Was he fighting for just money, or was he really fighting to go out there and kind of prove to himself? I think he was I think both, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, we want the money. You want your family set up. You need whatever. But I think a lot of it was Mike wanting to prove to himself that he could still do it. Now, that's Mike Tyson, who's already been there, done that, said that. Where's Conor at? Because Conor's got all the money in the world. He's done it all. Why do you need to go out there and get hurt? You got to train. This sport is so dangerous, dude. Mm-hmm. The people who don't have the belts always want the belts. And when you got the belt, you know what I mean? It's so easy to think ahead. It's so easy to think that it's going to keep going your way. When you got these hungry, nasty, in the gym every day, putting in the work.
Contenders. Because it's for the belt.
For the belt. So it's like, for Conor, I would really need to see, and that's the thing. Look at Jake Paul. I see more passion in Jake Paul for boxing than I do Conor for wanting to be in the octagon.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
And then all I see is Conor fucked up, you know? And money changes you. We can't say it until we get it. We don't really know how we would truly be until we get it. Mm-hmm. Because there's a difference in the Conor McGregor that was coming up and the Conor McGregor we have. And I don't fault him. He's got all the money in the world. Life is a party for him for the rest of his life. He can do whatever he wants. Imagine that. For the rest of your life, you can do whatever you want on this earth. And you really want to go in that octagon and get beat up and your leg broken, your nose punched, be in pain after. I think you got to really have, there's special people. Like Jon Jones. Look at Jon Jones. Seriously, I know, and I was talking all this shit. Brendan's loving it. That's the beauty of this sport. Because had Stipe knocked out Jon Jones, this podcast would be a lot fucking different. So enjoy it.
Would be.
It would be.
We don't live in a fake reality.
But look at Jon Jones, man. Yeah, he's doing it for money, but his passion is still there for for his legacy. He wanted Stipe because of what Stipe brought to the table.
Dude, every time it's just like, and then
you gotta have that.
These stories that we've heard about Jon Jones and all the crime, like all the bad stuff he's done, it's like I always come back to thanking God that the UFC and MMA exists so that Jon Jones isn't in prison.
I know, and it also makes you think about all the people that don't have that are in prison. That probably could have been something good if they had just gotten the right path.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dude, thank God that these scary people have UFC.
Yeah. Well, I just hope, because here we are again. Jon Jones won. Amazing post-fight speech, thanking Jesus Christ, saying he's a proud American. That's awesome.
And I feel like that's the things that like Americans want, bro.
We need to hear, dude. When he got USA chance, bro, that's the Jon Jones I want and love. Now I swear to God, guys, if next week we're doing a pod because Jon Jones hit a pregnant woman after this and something, and he's doing the same shit, I'm gonna be fucking devastated.
I'm gonna say book his next fight as soon as you can. He needs it. He's too much danger to society.
I just hope he has changed, and I hope that he's happy, because I think that's why people are mean or evil, is because of how unhappy they are. Or mentally fucked. You never know, you know. But hopefully Jon Jones is just happy, and that he doesn't fucking do anything stupid and dumb.
I agree.
But we're human. I know we all make mistakes, but fuck, I just want good Jon Jones. And this happens every time, and I don't want it to happen again.
I'm with you, man. And just celebrate, have a good time, and we'll see you again.
Yeah, because look at him, dude. Like, it was so weird. Like, that tone, his tone in his voice with everything, it's just so positive. Like, he was always that guy, but then he would always fuck up. And it was like, God,
and
we're human.
How young he was, too, man. He's literally grown up in front of our eyes.
Right.
How long we've been watching.
Youngest, imagine being 21. Now that you're this age, I'm going to be 32 next month. I can't imagine feeling like the fucking man. I'm the youngest UFC champion. I got all the money. Oh, God. Who knows what Schmitty would have turned out. I probably would have fucking had so many more rages. I probably would have been just like Jon Jones.
You could have been fighting him.
Yep.
Last night, bro. It's crazy to think, you just be looking down at him a little bit.
I know. Sometimes I get sad. I'm like, dude, I wish I would have been a fighter. I'm like,
no, but like you said, and like what we've seen with our boy and everybody that we see train, it's like, dude, you just got to be tough as hell.
You got to be
a fighter.
And I don't like pain.
Yeah.
Do you guys like pain? Because I like my nose. I like how I feel. And like, those guys hurt every day, all day. And then they add to it.
That's why guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger and The Rock, they don't do fighting. They just work out.
At the end
of
the day,
that you get hurt.
I have the most out respect for MMA athletes, for all athletes. Every athlete puts toll on their body, but fuck MMA, dude. This is another level, I think. And such a lonely sport. When Jon Jones was walking out, think about that. Like, you're the GOAT. Everyone thinks you're the greatest of all time, and you got to go. And the number 7. I know it's Stipe, right? But Stipe, look at the numbers, look at the placement. He was risking it. It could have been bad. And it's in the end of the day, it's the two people in that cage. It's a lonely fucking sport.
And it's such a
beautiful sport,
high and low. Like there's winners and then there's freaking losers.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
And then it's like there's all those people that try so hard and they put so much in and they don't do it. They don't make it.
Yeah, and it costs a lot of money to go to a gym. It costs a lot of money to be training like that.
Oh, dude,
a lot of time,
bro. Guys, I'm so blessed. working at the shop with Tim and working at the gym, you really see behind it all. And you see the hard work. You see the consistency. You hear what, like, just a one day for a fighter. And then these guys work all day. We have some guys that do some hard labor jobs all day. And then they're in there training. And they're not just in there training to be there. Like, oh, I showed up today. Here I am. They're working hard. And it's like, fuck. It's crazy.
Dude, it just makes me thinking, like, we got to give flowers to Marcus, too, dude. That was,
dude.
That was so crazy.
That was a big fight for Marcus last night.
Big fight.
That dude was like 10 wins in the UFC. Marcus seemed a little sad after the fight, didn't he? He kind of seemed a little sad. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, dude, you know, like pain tolerance, like he absorbed, like those first 2 rounds, all him. That third round, those kicks added up. And it's like Jonathan Martinez, Jobins, has some of the hardest kicks in the game.
Oh, my God.
So it's like, I can't imagine taking one kick, let alone multiple kicks.
Yeah.
And then still coming out on top, toughing it up, and you know, just biting down and getting the dub. So shout out, Mark. That was, because it was a good fight still at the end of the day. And I still think there's a lot of promise for Jonathan Martinez, too.
Oh, yeah. And I'm just excited to see Marcus get back in there already. I know he's probably going to heal his leg up, you know, but he's 34, right? But he looks good for 34. I want him to just I want him to get a good opponent so that he can get in there.
Yeah, at bantamweight, he's a strong looking dude at bantamweight. You know,
it's crazy how we have all these people that are training at the same gym, right? Just climbing the ladder one by one. It's like, dude, someone's eventually gonna have to meet somebody.
It's like the Ultimate Fighter, you know, in the reality show.
Yeah.
But it's like eventually, like the teammates fighting.
If the whole team is whooping ass and on the roster, what are we gonna do?
Yeah,
we got to do something. So
just the best man wins.
I know.
How do corners work too? At that
I know.
point?
It's going to be interesting because I think eventually, if these boys keep doing their thing, Marcus is another prime example of how hard he works. He's in there all the time. I don't get to go to the lab anymore because Sean does the training at Red Hawk. But the times that I did go with Sean and watch him train, you see all these people working hard. Marcus is just such a super nice guy, down to earth.
Family man, and like you said, working like a 9 to 5. Like this dude was working hard and then going to train.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see who he gets next. I wonder why he just seemed a little sad to me after.
He may have been not happiest with his performance. I don't know.
Yeah, but a guy like John, dude, when you're fighting a guy like that, way more experience than you, been in the UFC for a long time, fought almost everybody, 10 wins in the UFC. Marcus is what now, 4-0?
I think so.
4-0 in the UFC? That's a tough spot. That's a tough fight. And I wouldn't be ashamed of it. And
it was a win. It's going to propel him. And like you said, hopefully the next fight's even more high profile.
What if it was Aldo? That'd be kind of fire. Be kind of fire.
Because Aldo's still a legend. I almost sometimes put him on my Mount Rushmore.
I think Aldo and Marcus would be a good fight because of the age. It's a fucking awesome fight for Marcus if he got Aldo. I don't know. More thinking to be done about that. But yeah, shout out Marcus for his win. Bo Nickal. Craig, man, kind of was making him look, to me, he was making Bo look a little normal. I know we got...
I like what you're saying.
Yeah.
Looking normal.
Yeah. Paul Craig, man. You just can't hate that guy. He's fun, entertaining. He seemed like he had good vibes. I love hearing their accent talk in between rounds.
A Scottish guy who's a master at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
What a world.
What? That's globalism to the max, bro.
Who do you think they give Bo Nickal next?
Man, I feel like you throw someone else at him because that was like stylistically, that's the hardest match for Bo.
Right.
Is the guy who's that good off his back with submissions.
I did think Bo, he did good at staying focused, you know.
And his stand-up, I think he got, like we were saying before, I thought that whoever had the stand-up edge was going to win. And he was still landing those heavy hits. But he did look human, like you said. He absorbed how many kicks?
Bro.
Blocking the kicks with his arms, and they still hurt.
He kept them up, though.
He did keep them up.
Fuck. I don't know. I think Bo Nickal's going to be a problem. I'd like to see him crack what? What was he ranked? Was he ranked yet? Paul was what? I forget, Joe. But I'd like to see him get someone in the top 5 now.
What about like Jamal Hill or somebody like that?
Is Jamal Hill coming off a win or a loss?
He came off the loss to Alex, and then I don't know if he has fought since. I can't remember.
Good question.
But you gotta someone up in the top 5 would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or that's a different weight class. Oh my god, because Paul Craig dropped down the middleweight.
That's right.
Because he's a light heavy. Because how big is Paul?
We need Warlike right here. Warlike should be our fucking Jamie. To
Paul-
back us up and help us out.
So Bo Nickal fought a bigger opponent too.
Interesting. Very interesting. What a good night.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good night. Good weekend.
It was a crazy fights, and then I do have a few stories here too.
We got
to go off of. This one's freaking crazy. This is Jobins. I want to know what you guys think too. But Ricky, here it is. Minnesota missionary Bo Schroyer was murdered in a crime of passion in Angola. It's a West African nation where he had set up a mission, like a compound, like religious reasons and stuff, to try to spread the message with his wife Jackie and their 5 children. Killed
murdered?
No, just him. By his wife. And guess what?
She killed him?
Bro, guess how it happened, dog. She hired their guard, the compound guard, and he stabbed him multiple times in his car, within the compound, within the walls of where they live. And she did it for $50,000 she gave him because she was having an affair.
It's kind of scary how cheap people will murder people for people.
And
it's kind of scary.
It's just like, dude, and then they show the pictures of these people and Jackie, the wife. She just looks like your basic Karen.
So why did she do this?
Because she was in a relationship.
With another man?
Extramarital relationship. And instead of doing a divorce or whatever.
She murdered him?
She murdered him.
What the fuck?
Yo, and they have 5 kids, bro. And he's a missionary, Jobins. He's trying to spread the word of God and shit.
Oh, when you said missionary... What else is that? When you're I thought a missionary.
You're thinking about the position, dog? Or?
No, the guys who go out and kill.
No, or
mercenaries.
Not mercenaries. Mercenaries. Totally different.
Yeah.
Missionaries have a mission where they're trying to spread the word of faith, And he was in Angola, which is a West African country.
Really?
And he had, I guess, so he must have had money.
He had a lot of money.
He had a lot of money because he had his own compound with walls and everything and guards, and then one of the guards freaking stabs him in his car like that.
Oh my god, dude, being stabbed to death would be the worst.
And it's hired by your wife, dude.
I know.
Think about the level of betrayal.
5 kids. Was he there for all of them? Because that's a lot. Like being there, you know what I mean? And then to get murdered by her.
I hope he died not knowing.
Bro. Getting stabbed to death would be the worst thing in the world.
I hope he didn't find out that his wife was the reason.
All of a sudden you get in your car and your guard, your main
guy you trust.
The guy I trust.
See every day. Hey, what's up?
Stabs me to death.
Mm-hmm. Opens it up. Shanks you, dude.
What is happening? Why?
It's an awful way to die. But I just wanted to bring the story up because it's one of those stories that just shocks me and just pisses me off.
It's a Netflix show. That's going to be a Netflix show. I need to know more.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, Bo, because that's messed up, bro.
What was he doing? How much money did he have? Why did she... Like, you can't just murder... You're not just murdering your husband because you got another guy.
Ooh, you think there's ulterior motives that the news didn't get?
Bro, you don't murder your husband because you got another dude. I know there's people that probably... There
are people that are like that, though, dude. There are. Remember the Missouri guy that killed his own kids and his wife?
And she's mentally... Yeah, and like John...
People do that.
Like John Ritter's wife. I think he was wanting to leave her. They had problems. Fucking shot him in his sleep. John fucking Ritter. Oh, hold on.
No, you're thinking of...
John Ritter died of cancer.
Bro. You're thinking of the guy that did public news radio, right?
Saturday Night Live and all that.
Oh, my God. I can't think of his name.
Blanking.
I can't think of his name.
That was horrible, Schmidt. That's enough of the day.
I know who you're talking about, though. Famous comedian.
Yep.
Killed by his wife.
On Saturday Night Live. I fucked that up.
Bro, what?
Not John Ritter.
And Joe Rogan was on the TV show with him too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
News radio? Is that the...
Schmitty's blanking like a motherfucker right now, Jobins, and I apologize.
Dude, that one's tough.
That is sad, though. That sucks. I'm interested to know more.
You know who else is getting in more heat? I talk about him all the time, Jobins. You're probably annoyed of hearing this. MrBeast is in some more stuff too, dude.
About what?
CoffeeZilla released a video on him.
CoffeeZilla gets everybody.
CoffeeZilla gets everybody.
He gets them all. I enjoy it. He's like a hero. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
An investigation hero.
Dude, he's probably been sued so many times. But apparently, MrBeast had made a lot of money off like rug pulls with crypto launches again, with KSI.
Mm-hmm.
So KSI would be like, he wouldn't be like publicly affiliated with it, but he would buy a huge portion of these cryptos launches that KSI was doing, and he would make a fat bag off of it.
So essentially like a pump and dump?
Yeah, pump and dumps. And get this, bro.
Modern pump and dumps.
Jobin, if you're going to do it under a fund manager, because then you remove the liability from yourself.
Yep.
He's a snake in the grass, dog. The way that
I didn't know anything that was happening. I didn't know that was going on.
How could you when it's separated three layers?
Exactly.
You got a MrBeast team, and then you got the guy who's the hedge fund manager for MrBeast team. That's not me.
I didn't know anything about it. Easy.
How many other things has he done? And then he's got that Amazon lawsuit going on, you know, with that show that he's doing or was supposed to release.
I really hope Donald Trump releases shit. I just hope all the truth comes out. We all want to know. I think it would make us feel better. But it's to the point where it's like, we know. We know. There's something going on behind the closed doors of all these famous people. I can't wait for the day that Sean finally gets in and we can fucking really know when Sean cracks into them top G's.
Well, my hope is like what you're saying, dude, just a whole turnaround, a 180.
Do you think
people need to have trust again, and they need to know shit?
I always wonder, I'm like, if Sean got involved into that, right? That level. Like Sean's at the famous whatever level, the regular A+ level, right? But the power level, the ones controlling the strings in the world. Do you think Sean would tell us?
I mean, I wouldn't blame him if he didn't.
Right?
I bet there's a lot of good people that are entangled in that just don't feel safe.
I feel like
you have someone that has that much power and they know that you don't release that stuff because your family could be missing.
I think I would know. I think we would know. That we would be like, wait a minute, Sean knows something.
I think, I mean.
Yeah, I'd be like, Sean, you know something. What do you know? Tell me.
But no, I don't even want to
Then I get murdered because I'm going to go on the pod and tell everybody. I know the world. I know the truth.
Bro, I don't even want to ask him questions like that. I don't want to put him in danger.
Right?
If that were the case. He tells us and the next thing we know, he's dead.
Oh, my God.
Trevor Moore was
too.
the whitest kid you know lead, the comedian. And he was talking a whole bunch of crazy shit back in the day. And then now he just fell off of his balcony years ago. Nah, dude. People have been going out and it's messed up. Conspiracy.
Yeah, we can go down those roads all day.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to say anything's like proof. You know, it's just real sketchy dealings.
I think, too, at the end of the day, I think that would scare Sean. Sean's such a good dude, Jobins, that like he can't even pick up like dead animals. You know what I mean? Like he can't even look at a dead bird. So I think if Sean if MrBeast was like, hey, Sean, I got
I like how he would talk to me. He'd bring it up all evil and like that.
I think Sean would see it and then he'd want out. He'd be like, no, fuck this. And then hopefully he'd tell us. I just want to know. We all want to know what's going on. Wasn't that Kesha song? She's like, waking up in the morning, feeling, does she say P. Diddy?
Oh, yeah. No, she brings up
that hit me in my head this morning. I don't know why. I'm like, and we need to know. We all need to know.
Listen to Justin Bieber's Lonely.
Which is such a good damn song.
Because he's talking about how no one could ever know how he feels. Why is that,
I felt
Justin?
that. I felt that. That song made me feel that. Damn. Well, Jobins, episode 171. What a weekend of fights. What do you got going on for the rest of the week?
Oh, rest of the week? You know what? Because there's been a lot of family stuff going on. My Aunt Mary passed away.
I'm really sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. And then my grandma, too, was like assaulted at her nursing home facility. So there's that going on, Jobin. So I'm looking at trying to get some flights to go back to St. Louis.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to make it a downer, Jobins, but
no,
you were asking what I was doing. I was like, I'm trying to plan that out.
Well, it's good for you for going back to your family, being there for them, man. I'm sorry that all happened. I'm really sorry for your grandma and your dad. I hope your dad's okay. Because I don't know how I would be if I found, especially those pictures that you showed me of your grandma. We probably can't talk too much about it, dude, just because there's some shit that's seriously going to get, hopefully your family gets for it, you know?
Oh, yeah, right. I don't want to ruin anything like that.
Yeah, we don't want to ruin anything like that. But I would be in full John Wick mode if I saw my mom beat up from a nursing home. I'm sorry, but they'd all be dead. I'm coming.
Yeah, so I just hope the rest of my family's, holding up okay. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
I love you guys. I'm sending lots of love and prayers. Dio, your grandma. Are you gonna be able to see your grandma when you go in town? Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. Yeah, because I haven't, seen her in years, which is sad too. So just makes me feel like a bad grandson sometimes, like just not being around your family for a long time.
You're not a bad grandson. She knows if you were able to talk to her, she wouldn't hold that against you.
Yeah, but just need to make an effort to go out there and see everybody while I can.
I'm guilty as that too, man, and I eat myself because it's just a real quick message. All you got to do, just send a real quick message to the people you love. Those little things like that make the biggest difference, Jobins. So
that's good advice, man.
Yeah. Schmitters, rest of the week, recover, get back serious into working out. Sean's gonna get that belt back, Jobins. I hate seeing Merab walking around with that fucking belt. He makes me laugh sometimes, but I hate it, and it just grinds my gears. I really want Sean to get that back. So what's Schmidt's duty? To show that we're all leveling up. If we show that positive reinforcement that, hey, we're all trying to level up to get better, just brings more positivity to him. I can't wait. I wonder what the UFC's doing, because it's kind of weird. I think the UFC does want Merab to wait, and Sean's going to get the rematch. But who knows? You never know with time. What Sean wants to do, what I know that Sean wants to do, is that motherfucker is so dialed. He's LeBron Sean right now. Healing up, getting focused. He's just taking every step possible to be as good as he can when he returns. He wants to be better than ever when he returns. And I know he's going to be.
Yeah, well, just look at Jon Jones again, bro. Right? Dude had a torn bicep.
Right.
And he looked great out there.
Well, it's cool because it's lit a fire in Sean's belly. When you got that fire in that like that, that's again when we talk about passion, right? And because Sean's got all the money, he can just be like, nah, I'm done with all this, and just do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to go back in, and at the end of the day, he doesn't have to go back and rematch Merab right away. But he wants to. He wants to get that back because he personally feels that he can.
What's that Rocky saying too? It pumps me up when you say it, bro. It's like, it's not about how hard you hit.
Life's not about getting hit. It's about how many times you keep getting hit. Keep getting hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning's done. Dude, I love that scene. I showed it I sent it to Tim and Sean.
Good. That's a good scene.
Fuck yeah. Because, yeah, man, life's going to hit us no matter what. Like, look. There comes the time when things really happen in those moments, and how you get back up defines you. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And we're good. Yeah, you're going to see the return.
Oh, yeah. And I can't wait. And it motivates me. So that's why I'm just like, I want to fucking dial in. I want to get my eating right again. I want to fucking be working out. I want to be making these healthy habits so that I can get better. We all get better.
Yeah. And hey, with RFK becoming the department of dude, he's gonna be the secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services, and let's get that red dye out of the Cheetos. Let's get stuff taken out. Why are all these other European countries have healthier stuff, and then I got the Yuka app and I scan my codes and I'm eating cancer?
What if Elon eliminates the national debt?
Do you know how high it is though?
I know.
I don't know how you do it.
But that's the thing.
I don't even know how you do it.
How would we look at Elon Musk? Because our whole life, our whole existence, everybody's existence is the U.S. national debt.
That's a good point.
That's all we've ever heard our whole lives.
And it just keeps ticking up.
And if the hammer of justice is coming, Brendan Michael, and what would we think if all of a sudden we see the national debt going down? He might not eliminate the whole thing, but what if it's like really going down? You know what I mean?
That would be amazing.
How would we view Elon Musk?
Man, dude, just like you were saying, you said this a while ago, and I totally am for it. I think we should eliminate the rule that you need to be a natural-born citizen to be president. There's so many people that are from other countries that have moved here and lived here and have made a life here that are more patriotic than a lot of people that were born here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, I agree. It's my opinion. People fucking hated me for it when I was bringing it up at the gym. And I go, well, when people hate something that much, typically maybe that's a good sign that it needs to happen, because it's just a certain change that we're like, oh, no, never, But it's like, what if it benefits? Like, if it makes everything better because this person's genuinely the smarter, better guy to be in this fucking spot. I don't know. It's the whole system. It's just how the world is, man. I'm stupid. Mm-hmm. Fucking dumb.
I'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that, Jobins, because there's a lot going on right now. And we'll see you next week. Again, shout out to all you guys for watching. If you were one of the Jobins that hooked me up with weed, please let me know in the comments. I'd like to talk to you.
Love you, Jobins.
Love you, Jobins. See you next week.